Okay. So yesterday I have covered class and how to make the object, right? What is constructor, right? So this part was covered. But first let me add one more thing over there. Suppose I have a class mathematical operation, right? Suppose I have a class mathematical operation and I have two variables int a comma b, right? Let's assign this value. A is equal to 2, b is equal to 3, right? A is equal to comma b is equal to 3. Okay, so I have assigned this value. I have a method over it, void add, print this out a plus b, right? So this method is printing two variables. I have another method subtraction sys out a minus b. So I have this class. Suppose I will have a making a calculator, right? I have a project to make the calculator, right? I am going to make calculator. So suppose I am writing a scientific calculator program. Sometimes I am writing sine cos calculation, sometime different type. Every time suppose I need this add method to use, right? So do I going to make that this add method over there? No, because this add method is already present inside this mathematical operation class. We can directly call this method over there, class main, whatever main math, right? Just make the object for it, mathematical operation, whatever the class name give here. I don't have a space, that's why not give. A object 1 is equal to new mathematical operation, right? I can directly call this method over there, make the object and the object will call that method, right? So this is the usage of this making a classes, right? Just because we can answer the developer can answer directly that reusability of code. That's the advantage of OOPS concept, right? Today this was introduced just because you should know when to make the object of that class. Just don't start making objects inside a class for other classes object. Don't just do that. First understand why I am going to do this, right? If I have a use of addition method, then only make the object of that class which has present of addition method, right? Otherwise, if if you if you don't have use addition method over here, so why are you making, so why are you doing that, right? So if I have used the addition method, then only the method. Okay, next thing, I cannot see any questions written over the chat box. If you have to just unmute yourself and ask your queries. Okay, so class, suppose I have a class M operation, mathematical operation. I have int a, int b, method void add.
Then sorry to interrupt. Your voice is a bit slow. Actually, I'm not able to hear you.
Okay. Thank you for confirming. Okay, now clear.
Little bit actually, but not 100%. The volume is
Every,
very slow.
everybody facing, let me check. Everybody has same problem.
For me, it's okay.
Okay,
For me, also.
so Sanjeev, please check your mic first. Maybe it's in your end, right? Because everybody can listen properly, so there might be problem in your side.
Okay, I'll check.
Okay, so this class I have made, right, mathematical operation, and here I have one method add, one method subtract, and I am going to make the object for this class, main class. So just we have main method, we assume public static void main, right? So I will make the object very carefully. Please look this. M of object 1 bar is equal to new M of, here I will call the method add. Now look, what is constructor? I am going to organize a quiz later last Friday, next Friday, sorry. So next Friday I am going to organize a quiz where you will have 10 questions, right, related to constructor chaining, right? You will have some input output question, you will have some theoretical question. So there is a one reward also for you guys, that I will decide, right, what will the reward. Just don't take that this will reward is only money. No, I will decide that reward and will be given to one person from your batch, right? One person will be getting that reward, but only that person who will be giving on 10 correct answers for 10 questions. All answers will be correct, so person will be getting that reward only. Okay, next thing, just note out the point that I am going to tell about the constructor, because these points will make you clear these 10 questions. Constructor concept will be not clear today. Constructor chaining will be part of when I will be covering inheritance concept, then again this will come. But today you need to understand for similar class constructor chaining. Next, when I will be coming and clearing the inheritance, then super class constructor chaining will be there. So two concepts related to constructor chaining. First of all, this keyword related, and second, super keyword related. So this keyword related will be cleared today, and super when I will covering inheritance concept. Okay, so note down this point. These points will be helping you. Constructor name is same as class name. Okay, we can overload constructors. Overload means in a same class we can have multiple constructors, right? So you can say that we can overload constructor. It doesn't have any return type. There is a default constructor present inside a class. These are the 4 major points to note down. First, constructor name is same as class name. We can overload constructor. What this overloading means, that in a same class we can have multiple constructors. Constructor doesn't have any return type, and default constructor will be always present when we will be making a class. Suppose you make a class B, so whether you define or not, there will be a default constructor for this class B. Constructor name is same as class name, that's why constructor name is B over here, right? I hope you guys can understand. Okay, please mute yourself. Who is this? Please mute yourself. Okay, so when, and one more point over here, you have gone through with multiple blocks of Java, and you have read this line over there, that constructor is automatically called at the time of object creation. These are the 5 major points about the constructor. If any interviewer asks to you, just reply these 5 points, right? If you are going to attend an interview, this might be a question. Okay, so let me prove this point, where I can prove that when you define a object for a class, here I have made this object for this M operation class. This M operation class I have made the object, right? OB1 new. So this constructor will be called automatically, right? But you cannot see any constructor over here, right? This is a default constructor present, that's why we call it default, because it's present by default. How can we prove it? Just directly go back to your Eclipse IDE. Now if anybody has any doubt related to it, ask me.
Madan, can you tell me overload constructor is the same class and multiple?
Okay, I'll be telling it. This is a class method which will perform the mathematical operations, and here int a, suppose 5, int b is equal to suppose 6, right? Here I will have some method like void add, and this will have another variable c is equal to a plus b, right? And just print out this c. Here you can give a message to addition perform, and just plus concatenate this variable and print this. You can have another method like void subtract, here you can give int c is equal to a minus b. Just print out this c. Now just go to make a main method for it, math of main. Click on main method and make the main method. make the object for that this class. And how to make the object, just I have told yesterday, math of, right, ob1 is equal to new math of. Now call any method. Suppose I want to perform addition, so I will call addition method. Okay, I will call addition method because I need to perform addition, so I will call addition method. Right. And run this program. Addition performed 11. Here you can see values were 5 and 6. So addition, this method was called, so this response being addition performed. And the what was the addition? C is equal to a plus b, so C was printed. Okay, now where is the constructor? So constructor is here. Just make a constructor. This is by default present in every class making. Suppose whatever if I make a class A, then will be a constructor A present over there, and this will be like this. This code is hidden, you can't see this code. That's why I have written it forcefully, right? I have written it, but whether you write it or you don't write, this code will be present inside your class, right? This will be present, but this is hidden. There is a tool to check that will, I will search and let you know, but this code is hidden. And what is this? This is a default constructor. What is this? This is a default constructor, right? So this is the default constructor. Now how to know that this what I explained, that constructor called automatically at the time of object creation. So when I have created the object where the constructor was called automatically, how do I know? Just give a message over here that system sysout constructor call, right? When I will be making object, there was a constructor call, right? So this constructor will be called just because object is called later on. This add method was called later, that's why this will be outputting later, but this will give output first. So first answer will be constructor call, and then the answer will be addition, right? So this was the default constructor, right? Now we can have multiple.
Is it
Yes.
so? Is it always necessary to have default constructor?
Whether you make it or not make it, it will have in any class, right? Default constructor will be always present until you don't force it to until you don't want it. Yet there is a part of code that you can ignore it, but first just understand what is the default constructor, right? It is not necessary to have default constructor always, right? But it is necessary to have constructor inside the class, right? But first let's us understand the thing. So this was called constructor call, then it was addition performed 11. Now I can have multiple constructor inside a class, right? So how? Just but similar kind of constructor, there may be difference in the arguments present, right? So constructor is same name as a class name, just keep same name first, and int a comma int b. This is another constructor, right? So this is the another constructor. So this is the constructor overloading. When I have multiple constructor inside a class, then it's termed to be constructor overloading. Now what will happen? Suppose if I pass 5 and 6, right? Here I will give addition, sorry, a plus b, right? I have given over here a plus b. It means that output of this will be printed here. It will come first. It will see that math of object and default constructor. There was no default constructor, right? This was passed with two parameters. So parameterized constructor will be called. This is confirmed. How many parameters will be there? Two parameters. Okay. What type of parameters are these? These are integer type of values. So there may be inside a class for which you are making object may have two integer parameters constructor, right? A constructor which has two integer as a parameter will be there. If that's not present, here will be getting an error. Okay, so this constructor will call first. Don't jump to your code directly. Don't try to debug that. First understand what the calling is getting happen, right? So here it will call a constructor which has two integer parameters. So it will come directly over here. It will see that system.out.println addition of a plus b. So it will perform addition for this, right? Addition 5 6. Okay, maybe I have some mistake. Okay, you can give it either this type so that it can understand the differences between it, right? So right, so addition is 11, right? So first your constructor is called, parameterized constructor is called, it directly went over here, right? And it called the two parameter constructor and it performed the 11, right? Addition, it has performed the 11. Okay, next time you have called an object dot add, so it has called the addition method later on. What addition method have instruction, it has completed that. Just comment out this object, and now if you run it, constructor will be called and parameterized constructor will be called, right? And it performed its tasks, right? Now you don't need to do, if you just want to call the constructor, this is not mandatory to make object for that. Just call the constructor like this, new math, right? What will be the output? Same. Sorry, constructor will be called, constructor call. Just because you have called the default constructor, it has called the default one, right? If you pass, it called the default constructor. If you pass two values like 5 and 6, so which parameterized constructor was called? Now there is a one more concept, note it down, this key. This one method is used to call a constructor inside a same class, right? I have called this method. Now what I will do, here I will call this method. What does it mean? It means call a constructor which has no argument, because this method doesn't have any argument, right? So it said that call a constructor which has no argument. So default constructor has no any argument. So first I will run, I will apply this code. And what this code says, that call a parameterized constructor which has two integer params. So it came here and it came inside this constructor, two integer params, right? Now it's seen that here is this keyword, this method says that call a constructor which has no argument, directly it went to this default constructor. First it will print constructor call, and from here it came from here, it will going back to here only. Okay, now it will perform the addition for this constructor, right? Anybody has any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so I am going to do one more thing. I will define another constructor, and for who asks the query what is constructor overloading, so if you have multiple constructor inside your class, that is constructor overloading, right? So suppose I make a constructor string name string email, right? And here sys out name plus email now here I will call now. Now I will check with Amrita what will be the output. I am showing the code, please let me know if she is present on the class. She is not in the class, right? So Sanjeev, can you answer me what will be the output? Sanjeev, can you hear me? Anabarshu?
Yeah, yes, Anand. Can you focus that class file?
Okay.
So it will call, first it will call math to a function.
No, not function, constructor.
Call the string constructor.
Okay, it will come here, right?
In bottom, yes. It will come here. First it will display the 5 comma 6 bar, it will display the addition of addition 11, then it will display the name.
No, no, no.
Now first will come the math of the string name and string email, then inside the bracket this keyword is there.
Okay.
So it will display the first addition of A plus B.
What?
Before that, it again called the first. It will display the constructor call, then addition 11. Third one is the name and email.
Yeah, right. Now this time correct.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now I'll check with Sanjeev. Sanjeev, you can you hear me?
I started with just
Can you hear me?
is it, yeah, I can hear you, but there was some problem, I think. Due to some internet slow, I think.
Okay, okay. Okay, so Sudhir, do you want to answer? What will the output? Just just comment your output inside the chat box so that I can clearly see that what will be the output. I'm showing you the code. You can see first this constructor call, right? So next time this is the code in front of you. If you guys have any doubt remains in this constructor concept, so you'll be facing problems. Belal, can you answer me what will the output?
The output would be the 5 plus 6 addition and name and email ID.
You also please reply your answer inside chat box. You can see, you can first debug the code and then you can answer. Okay, I got some answers, and Belal, Sudhir, you have not answered correctly, and let's see it. First I will run it, then I will reply. First was constructor call, second one addition 11, third my name and email, right? Why it happened? Just now look at carefully. Let me open my notepad first. What happened? First it called a constructor which has two string parameters, so it will directly jump into that string part of constructor which has two string parameters, right? So this constructor is there which has two string parameter. It came here, right? When it came here, I said that this means call a constructor which has two integer parameters. 5 and 6 are two integer values, right? So it will directly call the constructor which has two integer parameters, right? So it will call this one, it has two integer parameters. When it came here, it again saying that go to the constructor which has no parameters, so it will directly jump to the default constructor which has no parameters, and here code is present that constructor call. So first output will be constructor call. Now it will return back to the place from where it came. It came from this constructor, so it will come here, and this line of code executed, and next line of code will be executed which says addition a plus b. So this will give output addition a plus b equals to 11, right? So this will give output a plus b equals to 11. Now it will again return to the place from where it came. So this was came from this constructor, right? Because this constructor called it, and that's why it went here. So it will come back here, and here it says that name is equal to name, and so this way this output was printed. So you can see your three outputs. Whatever the instructions I will give you, the code will be going to give us answer like that only, right? Now I will ask with now I will check with Sudhir what will be the output. This is code in front of you. Sudhir, can you hear me? Constructor call and 11. Addition 11. Why addition 11? Why addition 11? Can you answer? Yeah. Why the answer will be addition 11? I want to ask this. Just because I have called a constructor here, right? I have make a object and with the default constructor, right? So this default constructor will be called, right? So this default constructor will be called, and there is no such calling inside this method is present, right? So why this method will be called? This, yeah, if I would have given like this 5,6, yeah, but but this may be error here, just because this method is calling this and this again calling in first line this one, right? So this will be a recursive process, that's why I have to remove this one, right? So now the output will be whatever you have said, right? Suppose now if I was calling this name comma email, now what will the output? First, yeah, first addition 11, first will be addition 11, right? No, it's a wrong answer. Again, what will happen? First it will come here and see that default constructor is called. Don't guess, try to understand the concept. Default constructor will call, default constructor is instructing it to go inside a constructor which had two integer values. It will come here, and this is saying that go inside a constructor in the first line of the statement, right? So it's saying that go to the constructor which has two string values, so it will come here and first it will print these values, right? First it will print the name and email, then it will come back to this line of code because this was executed, so it will be coming this line of code, addition 11 and then constructor call, right? Understand the concept clearly so that you can answer. I hope everybody's concept are clear now, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So suppose I call object ob1 dot add or subtract. Suppose I call method subtract. Now what will be the output? Now I want to check with another issue.
Yeah, yes, Vandan.
Yeah.
First we will call the default constructor.
Okay.
Okay. Then the construct. Then it will go to the this 5 comma 6, that is the integer 5 comma 6. Then again it will come to the integer. So first it will print the name, email, then addition 11, then constructor call. After that it will call the method addition.
Right.
Sorry, subtraction.
Yeah, subtraction. I understand. Just because 5 minus 6 is minus 1, so don't go on mathematics. So this was my agenda for today. So this was constructor chaining, right? So this was for same class, and in same class constructor chaining happens using this keyword, right? So when I will be covering the inheritance, then there will be a super class constructor chaining, right? So how that will go on, I will let you know. But tomorrow I have told that tomorrow is the session for the doubt session, 5:30 to 7. Sumit will be taking that class. Just post your questions, post your doubts, and please be on time. Thank you for attending today's session. If any guys have any query, to ask me.